This isn't paper. It looks like paper, it feels like paper, it doesn't fold like paper, it doesn't crumple like paper, and honestly, I wasn't even sure that I was going to be able to draw on it. But after hours of testing it with charcoal, it didn't just work, it solved one of the biggest problems that I have when I draw. And it's nothing fancy, it's literally just this.
I absolutely love painting with charcoal, but I'm always on the lookout for new surfaces to try out instead of paper. Paper is great, especially hot pressed watercolour paper. That's what I normally use. My only problem is you have to frame it behind glass, which is expensive, and it puts another layer between the artwork and the viewer, which I don't really like. I like being able to get up close and personal with the art. I've experimented with charcoal on canvas, charcoal on wood, paper stretched onto wood, all trying to avoid framing behind glass. And I mean, each of those is good, but they all have their drawbacks. Which brings me to this video. I've got a brand new surface that I want to try out. The surface itself looks quite smooth and it feels quite velvety, which means it's going to be great for holding onto the charcoal. But before I can even start thinking about framing, I need to think about what I'm actually going to do on here.
And that starts off with a sketchbook. Just a plain old basic A3 sketchbook that I'm going to do some graphite sketches in. And to make sure that I do all my sketches at the right size and the right proportions, I just very simply sketch around the panel so that I know this drawing is going to match perfectly to the panel. Whenever I start a new picture, my go-to is always a lion, just because I love painting and drawing lions, so that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just starting with an initial pencil sketch just to get an idea of roughly what I want. I did a few thumbnails, as I mentioned, just to get an idea of what I wanted the background to sort of look like, and now I'm going to go into a slightly more refined, larger drawing. And I'm doing it the same size so I can get a proper feel for how my finished piece is going to look. This isn't set in stone though. It's just a slightly more refined sketch so I can see what I'd like to keep and what I'd like to change in the final piece.
Okay, so I've got my idea and I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far. I've combined a couple of different pictures to get this sort of like reedy stuff in the background, but I think I'm going to change this slightly because it does look a little bit too much like reeds, and I want it looking a little bit more grassy, like he's walking through some long grass. But other than that, I've got an idea in my head now and I know roughly where I'm going. Now I've just got to get started on the real thing.
I always start my drawings or my paintings with the eyes. I like to just get a sense of the subject that I'm trying to create, and what better way to do that by capturing life in the eye. I lay down charcoal with some vine charcoal and then just use a blending stump to blend it together, and then a putty eraser to remove some of the highlights and details, and then work over the top with a charcoal pencil just to get those darker areas. It's quite a simple process, but it's super effective. You can use it to build up a real sense of texture and layers and depth within the fur, and I sometimes use a brush as well, just to brush some charcoal powder onto the surface to try and give not just like pure white, but to put a surface down that I can erase from for the lighter areas of the subject that I'm trying to draw. I did make a little mistake. I got a little bit carried away and started to put in some of the darks with the darkest charcoal pencil first, and that was a mistake because it's really hard to erase those dark marks. They don't go quite as back to white as the vine charcoal. So for the rest of this drawing, I'm going to start with the vine charcoal and then use the darks very sparingly towards the end of each section so I don't get too carried away.
I'm actually so impressed with it so far. It's probably, and it might be a bit bold to say, but it's probably one of my favourite surfaces to actually work on. I've really enjoyed doing, I know I've not done much, but I've really enjoyed how it feels. The charcoal goes on really nicely, it's really grippy, and it comes away really nicely as well, because I can erase it really easily with the putty eraser, and it's so far working really well, especially for such a small piece as well.
I've been using charcoal for a long time now, and I've tried so many different surfaces. As I've already said, hot pressed watercolour paper is my favourite so far. The charcoal goes on really nicely, and you can get an amazing range of values. There are problems with paper though. We've already talked about the problems with framing behind glass, and you've also got to be careful about pressing too hard, because you can end up going through the paper. And trust me, I've ruined quite a few drawings either pressing too hard with the pencil, or pressing too hard when I'm erasing, and just scuffing up all the paper and just ruining the drawing. I've tried wood panels and I've tried canvases, which do sort of fix the problems. They are much tougher than paper, and you can protect the drawing without the need for glass. But the actual drawing process is much harder. The charcoal doesn't stick as well to acrylic primed panels and canvases. The grain of both of them makes it really difficult to get really fine details. And actually, the main issue for me is you can't get as many values. Everything is either really dark or goes too light. You lose that subtlety of all of the different greys and that soft transitioning that you can make when you're drawing on paper. I actually tried combining the two and stretching paper around a panel. That was fantastic to draw on. It felt really sturdy, but unfortunately to protect it and seal it the way that I actually like, it just took layers and layers and layers of varnish. It just soaked through the paper. I actually ended up using pretty much an entire bottle of varnish, and it still didn't leave the finish that I wanted. I've tried so many different surfaces, but nothing was achieving the look or the ease of shipping that I wanted. Until I found the surface that I'm working on now. I'm in the middle of creating this drawing on the surface, and so far I'm absolutely loving the feel of the surface and how it actually works. It feels so close to working with paper, and for me so far, out of everything that I've tried, the actual look and the feel of what you can create on paper is so much better than any of the other surfaces that I've actually done it on. It just feels like the charcoal goes on smoother, blends smoother, is removed easier, and this surface is mimicking that so well. And I know it's just a small little drawing, but for the size of it, I'm able to get some amazing details. Details that I just wouldn't be able to get on something this small on one of the other surfaces like canvas or like a panel that I've prepped myself. So I'm really happy with how everything's going so far, and I just cannot wait to get stuck into it even more and see what else I can do with it. Also, as a side note to this video, Amber has just released her calendars for next year, 2026, on her website. I'll leave a link. If you've not got a calendar, what are you doing? Go and buy one. You aren't living unless you've got an Amber Tilsley calendar. They are fantastic. It's basically like a little book of loads of prints. Like, if you enjoy artwork and you enjoy wildlife artwork, why aren't you getting one of these calendars? They help you organise your year, and you get to look at a new piece of absolutely incredible artwork every month. I mean, it seems silly not to go and get one. Anyway, back to the video, but go and get one. I'll leave a link in the description. It's been 4 hours, and here is the final piece. There is still one problem though. I'm still going to need to protect this piece somehow, so it doesn't get smudged or ruined. Thankfully, that's really easy, and it just involves 3 really simple steps. The first is a few layers of fixative, and that's going to lock in that drawing and stop it from smudging. But that won't protect it indefinitely. Next, a spray varnish, usually matte or satin is best, but glossy does work too. I usually try and use a non-removable spray varnish for this stage to permanently protect the painting. Once that's dry, the final stage is a brush-on varnish. Whether that's matte or satin or glossy is entirely up to the artist. But this stage adds that final bit of protection, which means the drawing doesn't need to be framed behind glass, and it can be hung and framed just like a painting. I'm not gonna lie, this surface makes me want to draw more. And I think it's gonna make me a better artist. I absolutely love doing charcoal pieces, probably more than I enjoy painting. But I am always put off from creating drawings because they're so fragile and so hard to ship. But this new surface solves that problem for me, and I can actually send them all over the world. There is one problem with it though. It's way more expensive than paper, so I'm still poor, but at least I'm happy with what I'm drawing on. So let's get down to what you've actually been waiting for. What actually is this panel? And it's from Ampersand. It's an Ampersand panel, but it's a special panel known as Encausticbord. So it's an encaustic panel, and encaustic panels are usually used for painting with wax. And weirdly, that's what makes it so good for graphite and charcoal drawings. Normal gesso panels, like these ones that I make myself, are great for acrylic and oil paintings, but not so good for graphite and charcoal. They work great for the paintings because the wet paint forms chemical interactions with the surface, and as the paint dries, it bonds and it sticks to the surface. Charcoal and graphite don't really react with the surface. They just sort of like sit on top of it and slide about on there, which is why drawings always smudge. The encaustic panels are designed slightly differently, so they're designed to let that wax soak really deep into the layers of the encaustic gesso. And because of that, it makes it a fantastic surface to draw on. The special encaustic gesso that is coated onto this panel holds onto that charcoal and graphite, making it feel like you're essentially drawing on paper. It doesn't just slide over the surface like it would with a normal acrylic gesso. It grips it and gets deep into the grain, just like it would with paper. And that's why it makes it such a good surface to draw on. I've tried it on this small panel. I want to see if I can make it as big and as detailed as one of my charcoal drawings that I do on paper. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.